You're my baby. Baby, they make believe. You must believe. Baby, they make believe. But you're my baby. You're my baby. I went to my father. I went to him. I went to my father and I said, I kind of fucked up. I was just learning how to fuck. I was just learning how to do it. I did not know that one could impregnate someone while learning how to fuck. I thought you had to have some kind of quality at the shit. And I went to him, and I went to him, and I went to him. I'm saying that I went to him and I said, what the fuck are we gonna do? How the fuck does he turn to me and he says, what is it that you want to do? What fucking you what I wanted to do? I'll be there. And I said, yo, fuck, what do you mean? I'm too young. I'm too young for this shit. I'm just too young for this shit. I'm just too young for this shit. What about a fucking abortion? Is that a possibility? He said, yeah, okay. Did you ever have to cut a throat that did not want to be cut? And it's like your redemption is based on the capacity that you will have to. And it's not my fucking tradition. I don't know that shit. Because I'm a child of the Cold War. I had to go somewhere, right? Because shit was hard somewhere else. And I went to him and I said, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's not my fucking tradition. I don't know this shit. But they say, like, why not? So as to exist as individuals, does that fucking mean that there's no authority, there's no knowledge, there's no like the capacity or ability to have survived just a tiny bit longer? It doesn't institute responsibility to you because I'm an individual, so it doesn't just that. And it's about being an individual, and we are so here am I, the individual going. Did you try? I just fucking told you I went to my father. Was it fine? As an individual, I just say, listen, you're my baby. I am my baby. Yeah. Oh, I love you.
Let us forget about interessantism. Do you want to hear about my soul? You want perspective of a harder world. That does not belong to you, belonging. You want the splash of life and blood that will wake purpose. The deals, the promoter, the boss, tax, the curators, the step, the floor. Do you want to hear about hope? Hope of the spirit, of the knowledge that you are small. The conflict inflicted by reality in its black and white. The love I built by you. first, shadow second. Hope. Do you want the end and its silly contrast like beginning? Makes sense, coherent, down to earth. If we speak of hope, do we not speak of discrimination?
Love is patient. Love is patient. Love is accepting of all things at all times. So I say that.
If we speak of hope, do we not speak of
I do not know about the acceptance part. I do not know about the endurance part.
If indeed we speak of hope, do we not speak of music being cool? If we speak of hope, do we not speak of not giving a fuck about intellectual property? The recognition of oneself in a rock. Hope. Like that. Blind. Food on the table. Life in the household. To live it better than you found it. Be interesting. Be adored.
No, I don't want to know you. I don't want no fucking intimacy. I'm just saying that.
Hope. Perhaps.
E a mãe vem se diz malamada. Quem foi que disse que a dor não se sente com quem não se conhece? É só na mão da solidão. Toma, leva, que me rendo todo a ti. Sabedoria dos sonhos que vivi. Toma, leva aqui, me todo a ti. Sabedoria dos sonhos que vivi. Gospel, gospel, gospel. Gospel, oh gospel, me tragam boa nova já. Gospel, 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 gospel.
Your pride of a Europe that no longer belongs to you, your ignorance of contemporary consequence, your comfort and aristocratic preservation priorities, the simplicity of supremacy. I bought it. I bought Europe. You were in debt, Europe, not of the past, but of its consequence, Christmas, Easter, and the fact that not all of you are dying of cold, wet weather complications. I bought all of that. I bought even your hate of the dark skin takeover of the color pink. I bought Europe and its various shades of white. I bought it. I bought Europe. Do not worry. Just like the previous owners, I have no intention of making Europe's people less ignorant, less lazy, less consequentless. I did buy Europe, not Europeans. I bought memory. So like free-range birds and mammals, you are free. So when the time comes for the battle between my children's children and your children's children, do call us purple, not black. Two things I would like to clear out, just to let everyone at ease. No, Asia does not give a fuck about you. And no, Bill Gates is not, I repeat, Bill Gates is not an associate in this exciting new venture. I bought Europe. I bought the US of A. Your pride of a US of A that belongs to you. Your ignorance of old and new consequence. Your comfort and your aristocratic preservation priorities. The simplicity of supremacy. I bought it. I bought the US of A. You were in debt, US of A, not only of the past, but of its present and future consequence. Christmas, Easter, and the fact that not all of you are dying of cold, wet weather complications. I bought all of that. I bought even your hate of the dark skin takeover of the color pink. I bought the US of A and its various shades of white and black. I bought it. Do not worry. Just like the previous owners, I have no intention of making the US of A's people any less ignorant, less lazy, less consequentless. I did buy the US of A, not Americans. I bought the lack of global, knowledgeable memory. So like free-range birds and mammals, you are free. So when the time for battle comes between my children's children and your children's children, make sure they call me purple, not black. Two things I would like to clear out just to leave everyone and anyone at ease. Yes, Asia is having fun with all of this, and no, it does not give a fuck about you. Mr. Gaddafi is not. I repeat, Mr. Gaddafi is not an associate, a member of this exciting new venture. I bought the US of A. I bought it. Africa. Fuck Africa.
E assim, como assim, mesmo eu me encontrei, mulher madura, tanto te procurei que te achei. E assim, como assim, mesmo eu me encontrei.
Atrapalhado, encabeçado, amado, desgovernado, atrapalhado, encabeçado, eu sou amado.
O atrevido com fé eu culparei quem me arrancou. Agora com príncipe rainha sou rei. E é amor, 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 amor. E é amor. E é amor, amor. mandorar. Tanto te procurei que te achei. Por me mandorar. Tanto te procurei que te achei.
I don't know, when you end something, you want to end on a positive. You want to end things and you want to make people think. You want to write things and you want to state things and you want to declare things that people will never forget.
I had like money on one pocket and I had a crucifix on the other. Like money on one pocket and a crucifix like on the other. And my mom said, what the fuck is going on? I have a crucifix in one pocket and money on the other pocket. I said, why the fuck do that? I said, I don't want to mix that shit. Like money on one pocket and the crucifix like on the other. I said, why the fuck will you have the crucifix on your money pocket? I said, because it's money on one pocket and like God, man, you know, like.
We are going to die. Like, we are going to die. You are going to die. Do you realize this? While you lie to your mother, you just think, I'm going to die. While you lie to your boss, just think, I am going to die. While you are faking an orgasm, just think that you are going to die. While you delay your divorce, I'm not saying that I want you to get a divorce, but for fuck's sake, if you're not willing to love deeply, truthfully, just remember you are going to die.
Mothers tend to be kind of like that. They kind of ask too much shit. So I wrote a song and I said,
É medo que me invade, é medo a que derrota.
But she just couldn't get distracted with that kind of shit. I don't know. There's this story, right? I heard like a story. No, I didn't hear a story. I was watching TV, and on TV they were telling a story, and I guess I heard a story. And it was this guy who went fishing. He went fishing, and it's one of those activities where it takes a long time. You know, even when you grab the fish, you have the possibility you can spend like 1 hour, 2 hours with one fish, just like on a hook, like you, that fish, water, sun, and you and the fish, like for that long. And they were asking him like, what is life all about? What is life all about? So he said, like, I was fishing, and I had a fish hooked up, and I was there. I was fighting with that fish. I was just fighting with that fish. You guys have you heard that story? It was a fucking question. Anyway, like he said, like he was with a fish, right? He said I was there when he was struggling with that shit, like the fucking fish, and I don't know what was going on. And he said, like, forget. And I was waiting and I was listening because not like life-changing shit you want to listen to, right? Fucking hell, okay. So, and he was there, and then he said that like when you pull the fish, right? Only the eye of like on the hook was like the eye. This was a big fish. I'm saying an eye. Maybe his eye wasn't that big, but it was an eye on a hook of a big fish that struggled for hours, right? And he said, you know what? Like when I saw that eye, you know, and the fucking thing, like the hook on the fish's eye, like that fish was not caught like. You know, like, it was like he was deciding if he was going to, you know, lose an eye or not for a couple of hours. And he said, that's what life is about. It's not my fucking story, you know. I tell you, my story is the relationship that I have with art. It's fucking amazing. It's fantastic. Have I said I'm glad to be here? I'm very glad to be here. But when it started, you know, like the art thing, it's like I'm still at this moment an heterosexual. That might change. So I tell you this because I compare it to a woman, like because I don't see a woman just I desire that shit, you know. So that's kind of how I saw art, but it was the other way around because it was a woman that was desiring me. It was fucking fantastic. I never expected myself to find myself like right here, you know, in this kind of institution, like here. So, but then, you know, so then shit got fucked. But anyway, I have a song. When I met you, you were such a pretty girl. Now I know you've been around some posts. No, I am trying to disrespect you now. It's just so crazy to be around and know so little. My world will be forever yours. It's not unconditional. I repeat this shit. It's not unconditional, but it is pure. I love ya. I love ya, but I'm leaving. Baby, come on. I'm leaving. But did you hear me right? Let me. My world will be forever yours. It's not unconditional, but it is pure. I love ya. I love ya. I love ya. My baby girl. My baby girl. Ta-ta-ta. You know, I was like, I wanted to be a really serious singer, and I said, in my songs, I don't do this la 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 stuff. I have to have words. Shit needs to have meaning, you know? Fuck that. Ooh la la la, ooh ra ta ta doo, ooh ra ta ta doo ta doo, ooh ra ra dee, ooh ra ta ta, ooh ra ta ta doo, ooh ra ta ta doo ta doo, ooh ra ra dee.
Interessantism, the boss, my soul, perspective, the deal small, the promoter, the boss, tax, God, the curators, interesting, the step, the floor, perspective, the dust, interesantism, whole, small, line, whole, the conflict, the deal, the end, the promoter, beginning, bad smell, the boss, coherent, tax, quality, greed, the curators, the step, tax, the floor, the boss, the dust, bad smell, whole, human beauty, the conflict, human leadership, the end, God, beginning, interesting, bad smell, whole, coherent, intellectual property, greed, quality, blind. Let us forget about interessantism. Do you want to hear about my soul? You want perspective of a harder world, of a struggle that does not belong to you, belonging. You want the black wood, the black ship, the splash of life and blood that will wake purpose. The deals, the promoter, the boss, tax, the curators, the step, the floor, the dust. Do you want to hear about hope? Hope of the spirit, of the knowledge that you are, after all, small. The conflict inflicted by reality in its black and white divides. of the skin, bad smell, or of the shadow light, even though light first, shadow second. Hope. Do you want the end and its silly contrast like beginning, down to earth, make sense, beginning, coherent, make sense, down to earth, coherent. If we speak of hope, do we not speak of discrimination as a human quality? If we indeed speak of hope, do we not speak of greed as human beauty in disguise? If we speak of hope, do we not speak of human leadership as a permanent contract with God? If indeed we speak of hope, do we not speak of music being cool? If we speak of hope, do we not speak of not giving a fuck about intellectual property? The recognition of oneself in a rock. Hope. Like that. Blind. Food on the table. Life in the household. To live it better than you found it. Be interesting. Be adored. Be revered. What else do you want to talk about? Hope, perhaps?
Thank you very much for your presence. I want you please to just clap to Vic Pereiró that is there giving you the video, please. It has been a fantastic journey, sir. Okay, it's fucking done. This is it.